miss this show. This was one of my favorite attractions when I was a young kid coming to Wisconsin Dells. And actually, even as an adult, it went all the way to 2019, summer of 19. And then COVID came, and just so much has changed since then. And it's unfortunate because the Tommy Bartlett show here in Wisconsin Dells, I mean, it was just iconic. It was awesome. Now, if you don't know really much about Wisconsin Dells and you don't even know who Tommy Bartlett was and why he was so significant for this area, well, you might want to subscribe to this channel because I will be doing a Tommy Bartlett video on the property here and what the show was about. I'm starting to work on that now. A lot of research is going into it. So that will be coming on the channel later on after Halloween. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Also click that little bell notification too so you know when I upload new videos. But Tommy Bartlett, there is a reason I'm here right now, and that's because on Monday, September 8th, I had posted on my Facebook and my Instagram pages 4 big attractions that are no longer a part of Wisconsin Dells, but really help create what this town has become today. And this was one of them. Here's the post right now that I put on Facebook. See? All the more reason why you should follow me on Facebook and Instagram, as I post a lot of things that don't always make it to the channel, some behind the scenes, and where you could also have some input on some future videos. So there's the kind of post that I did, this little survey. This was definitely one of my favorite attractions here in Wisconsin Dells. And I thought before we talked more about Wo-Zha-Wa, what it is, what's going on this coming weekend, if you'll be in Wisconsin Dells, or maybe for a future Wo-Zha-Wa, I thought we'd kind of go back down memory lane a little bit and just kind of revisit the old attractions that made Wisconsin Dells what it is today. Starting off with Tommy Bartlett, Mr. Wisconsin Dells himself.
It's showtime! Tommy Bartlett showtime!
The Tommy Bartlett Show was created in 1952 by Wisconsin showman Tommy Bartlett as a traveling group of entertainers based in Chicago. After changing its base of operations to Wisconsin Dells, the performers continued to tour, performing at world fairs and USO shows. Over 20 million spectators have seen the show since its creation, and I'll have a full documentary video about the Tommy Bartlett Show coming up this winter. Robot World here at Wisconsin Dells is still open daily, and it is open during the off-season. You just may want to check out their website for their hours, as they might fluctuate a little bit during the off-season. So what is going to happen here at the Tommy Bartlett property? Well, Ripley's has bought it, and the big rumor around town is it's going to become one of those ginormous Ripley aquarium attractions. You've probably seen them in Myrtle Beach and Branson. They're in a lot of tourist towns, and I'm really excited that Wisconsin Dells is going to be getting one. It's kind of bittersweet that it'll be coming to the Tommy Bartlett property just because it basically confirms Tommy Bartlett will not be reopening. In fact, the family that had owned the Tommy Bartlett show had sold it to Ripley's. But on the sweet side, who else would be a better fit for this property here in Wisconsin Dells? So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with it. And the reason I say the rumor about the aquarium, it's a very strong rumor by the way, is just because they have not come out and officially said what they will be doing with the property, at least not in public, but stay tuned. I'll keep you posted on that. There's a couple more places here in Wisconsin Dells that I want to show you what it looks like today and what used to be there yesterday. Haha, look at this. Wristbands. I have a ton of these babies. You can pick yours up at any of the meetups. That's how we're doing them right now. And they're only $2 a wristband. Well, right now, if you buy one for only $2, you can get yourself a free drink at Tommy Salami's. So all you have to do is, if you got the wristband and you want a fantastic meal, stop at Tommy Salami's by exit 92, show the wristband, and get that free drink with the meal. And I've probably been here about, I'll bet 10 plus times already since they've opened, and this place is fantastic. Let me just show you some of the incredible dishes I have here. I think this was one of my first dishes when I first started coming here to Tommy Salami's. This is what they call their Italian. Look at that. Just all the meat in there, the salami. Oh, we got some cheese. Is that some onion in there, if I recall? Yep, there's a tomato in there. These babies come nice and warm, too. Perfectly toasted. The seasonings and the dressings that they use here are just fantastic. Tommy Salami's is awesome. They've also got the meatball sub. I've done that a couple of times, which is also a Maverick favorite, if you will, here at Tommy's. Again, tell them whichever sandwich you want. They've got a huge menu here. Flash your wristband if you got it. Hopefully you do, because you'll get a free drink then. So get the wristband at one of the meetups and start saving, and I will keep you posted on my Facebook and my Instagram page, as well as some future videos here on YouTube on who I am partnering up with to give you a great deal. Well, it's a little noisy here. Must be doing some summer cleanup. Looks like they're power washing the parking lot and stuff. So if you know Wisconsin Dells, you know what this used to be. I'm a big fan of Timbavati, by the way. What a great attraction here in Wisconsin Dells. But before the Timbavati Wildlife Park, the zoo came to Wisconsin Dells. This was once Riverview Park and Water World. And I do have a video of Timbavati here on the channel that I did summer of 2025. You'll find that in the Wisconsin Dells playlist. So when this was Riverview Park and Water World, this was actually one of the first water parks here in Wisconsin Dells. It was here before Noah's Ark. And I would have to actually double check, but I want to say Riverview Park was here before Familyland, which is now Mount Olympus. I'll have to double check on that, but if you know, you could save me the research time and just comment below. So when this was Riverview, they are one of the reasons that my next attraction that I'll be showing you really couldn't survive anymore. As Wisconsin Dells was changing, the times were changing, what people were doing for activities were changing a little bit, and there's a big attraction that I'll be showing you shortly here in the video. And this place gave the other place one heck of a run for their money. It was some fierce competition for them. And just like the Tommy Bartlett show, I will have a video on the history of this property when it was Riverview Park and Water World. That'll come up later on, probably. I don't see that one coming out till 2026, to be honest, but hopefully during the winter. I like to research everything, and I've got a couple of videos that I'm going to do before I do the old Riverview Park and Water World, but I will definitely I'll do some history of this property. It'll be part of my Now and Then series, and I did that last year with downtown Wisconsin Dells on how downtown itself has changed over the years, and you might want to check that video out. It's also in the Wisconsin Dells playlist. Now, if you're a big fan of Wisconsin Dells, well, thank you for following along and subscribing to the channel. I do appreciate it. And while this channel has a lot of Wisconsin Dells on it, especially in the summertime, and I do have more Wisconsin Dells videos on this channel than any other YouTube content creator has on their YouTube channel, I will start focusing on some other travel and attractions and reviews here in Wisconsin Dells, or maybe I should say the upper Midwest, because I do have a lot of Wisconsin, of course, and Minnesota, Iowa, got some Kansas, Missouri, Illinois on the channel, some cruises as well. So it's basically a travel and attractions and reviews channel, if you will. So if this is your first time finding the channel, well, first of all, welcome to the channel. Glad you're here. And second of all, before you go anywhere, don't forget to subscribe. Not much going on with the Lower Dells tour boats right now. They'll pick up over the weekend, and they do run throughout the fall season. And of course, the Ghost Boat will go all the way through Halloween. And the brand new updated Ghost Boat, you'll want to check that video out. If you did not know, the Ghost Boat has totally reimagined itself. I've got that video on the channel here. And there she is, the mighty Wisconsin Dells Dam. That's what separates the Upper Dells and the Lower Dells, if you did not know. So before I take you to two more places that I kind of did a little poll on of what people miss the most in Wisconsin Dells, well, at least based on the 4 attractions. Before I take you there, let me just quickly show you where we will be for Wo-Zha-Wa. So if you're coming to Wo-Zha-Wa Fest this weekend here in Wisconsin Dells, I'll show you exactly where you can find me. So if you be coming to Wo-Zha-Wa this coming weekend in Wisconsin Dells, it will pack downtown Dells. There's street vendors, there's a carnival, there's beer tents, there's food tents, there's entertainment. It goes on Friday, September 12th, all the way till Sunday, September 14th. I had to think about that for a second. And of course, the big parade that usually goes about an hour and a half to 2 hours or so. That will start at 1:30 coming up on Sunday, September 14th. But I'll be doing a meetup. I'll be right here at Bowman Park in downtown Wisconsin Dells, and it really is easy to find this place. So just so you know, as you come over here, you'll have all the craft vendors, all the craft tents, which will be back there in the park grounds, and this is where you will find me, right here, except I'm going to be on the other side of the fountain, in the back of it. Like I said, you're going to see all kinds of vendors and tents set up all over the park here, and crafts. Just a lot of tents, and I will be right over here, right behind the fountain. It looks like we're also going to come out of our fall weather that we've had here. Holy shnikes, it's gotten cold here in Wisconsin Dells. For the last week or so, our highs have been upper 50s to low 60s depending on the days. I think we've already had one, maybe 2 nights where we dipped into the upper 30s for low. So the typical temperature for this time of year, mid-September in Wisconsin Dells, is typically mid to upper 70s and lows in the 40s, which is pretty normal. What I am seeing on the weather forecast for this weekend, though, is it's going to be more summer-like. I know, Mother Nature, yeah, really needs to get back on her medication, because now we're going to swing into the 80s, actually almost mid-80s I saw this weekend. Lows will only be in the mid-50s, so that's not bad at all. And then Saturday, I did see a slight chance for showers and thunderstorms. Now, if that is the case, make sure you're following me on Facebook, because I won't be able to do any updates here on YouTube, but I'll keep you posted on Facebook if I have to move my location from behind the fountain to another location during the Wo-Zha-Wa Fest. And right about here, give or take a few feet. Remember what used to be over here? There's actually 2 attractions that was here on this vacant property. The first one is one that most people will remember when they think of Wisconsin Dells. Do you remember Xanadu, the House of Tomorrow, the foam House of Tomorrow? If I recall, there was also one of these attractions in Kissimmee, not too far from Disney, and I think Gatlinburg, Tennessee had one as well. So Xanadu, the House of Tomorrow, was actually kind of part on this property and a little bit where Pirates Cove is right now, Pirates Cove Adventure Golf. And this big piece of property that is available right now was also another attraction, as I had mentioned. Do you remember Timber Falls Adventure Park? Well, their sign is still here. And that's because they have the skyscraper ride right over here and then Timber Falls Mini Golf. But that's really about it. So also Timber Falls Adventure Park had the roller coaster. If I recall, it was called Hellcat. That was the second name. There was actually another name that it had, and I can't remember what that is right now. So if you remember what the original name of that roller coaster was, comment below. There's also a log ride here, and they had a real neat miniature golf course as well. And there's like a volcano, and that would erupt. You would just see this big ball of fire just kind of come out at the top of the volcano. And I think they happen like once, maybe twice an hour. There's also bumper boats right about here, give or take. Some fun bumper boats that I used to come out and splash around with my daughter when she was much younger. So the roller coaster would kind of wrap around the log ride, which was here, and then the miniature golf course was just kind of under all of the supports for the roller coaster and the log ride. And like I said, the bumper boats was right there. Now going back a little bit further, closer to the Pirates Cove billboard sign back there, and that tree line, would have been Xanadu, the House of Tomorrow. I vaguely remember it. I want to say my parents took me through it back in the early 80s, so I was just a little Maverick at the time. Maybe I'll even do a bigger video on Xanadu, but that was basically right here. So the House of Tomorrow is pretty much the house of yesterday. Come on, there's one more attraction that I want to show you here in Wisconsin Dells, not too far from here, that is unfortunately long gone, but it sure had a big impact on this town. Well, here's Walgreens. It's the current attraction occupying this spot. Actually, this is a pretty good-sized parcel of land here. So you've got Walgreens, there's a shopping strip behind Walgreens going all the way back towards IHOP, even Quick Trip. And then you've got the largest McDonald's in the state of Wisconsin also over here. But do you remember what was here by chance? If you know Wisconsin Dells, this is probably an easy one. Well, then again, I did show you the little poll that I took, and you probably caught the missing attraction and know what it is. Fort Dells. Now, I really wouldn't say Fort Dells is what made Wisconsin Dells today. Well, maybe that statement is partially correct. The reason I say that is because the beauty of Wisconsin Dells, with the rock formations and the river and basically the scenery out here, is what made Wisconsin Dells Wisconsin Dells. And the photographer H.H. Bennett helped put this town on the map with the photography of all of the beauty that Wisconsin Dells has to offer. But what about the attractions? That would be right here, Fort Dells. Fort Dells was a theme park that I went to probably just a couple of times. And again, I was a little baby Maverick probably at the time, because I only remember bits and pieces. I know I was there in the 70s, and I might have been there in the early 80s. So this property all back here is what used to be Fort Dells Theme Park here in Wisconsin Dells. All right, so imagine, if you will, back in that area would be the old Totem Tower ride. And then the where I showed you the sign on the other side of Walgreens, up there by the Wisconsin Dells Parkway, it would be the entrance, probably right about where the McDonald's sign is, where that car is coming in right now, between the Walgreens and McDonald's entrance over there. Then, of course, you had, remember the boat ride? So there was that little boat ride that used to cut through, and the creek, the body of water, is still back there. And I'm going to bring you to Fort Dells, or at least what's left of it, and we'll see if we could find anything that brings us back to the old Fort Dells days in a future video. So, you know, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and make sure you hit that little ring notification so you don't miss out on future videos, because I'm researching a video that I'll put together in Fort Dells coming up in the winter of 25-26. That's basically the cycle of life, huh? Things come and things go. New developments come in. Now, this is really on the edge of Fort Dells. I don't think we're really even on Fort Dells property. Maybe just a little bit here. This is the new Delshire Resort that will be opening up in spring of 2026, late spring, early summer. I am looking forward to this hotel. It's going to have some restaurants. It'll have that Hobbit theme going on, indoor pool, outdoor pool. And this is phase one from what I'm told. There's actually a second phase that is planned for the future. And like I said, we're kind of on the edge of the Fort Dells property, really just over the roof line of the Delshire Resort here would put you on the Fort Dells property. And there you go, a quick jog down memory lane here in Wisconsin Dells. From the old Riverview Water Park, which is right behind me, is Timbavati. Xanadu is just down the street, right by Pirates Cove and Timber Falls. And then, of course, we had Tommy Bartlett just down the parkway a little bit, and Fort Dells right over here. Now, like I said earlier in this video, I'll have a more in-depth video and the history of Fort Dells and the Tommy Bartlett Show. So if you're into this type of content, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll be putting together those documentary videos coming up probably early of 2026. I hope you'll be here for that. Well, I am now headed home. I got to get all those wristbands together that will be available at the meetup coming up for Wo-Zha-Wa this weekend. I hope to meet you. See you there. If you're going to be in Wisconsin Dells for Wo-Zha-Wa this weekend, please come find me. And like I said, if we do get some weather that makes me move to a different location, make sure you follow me on Facebook. I'll also post it on my Instagram page as well, where the new location is. Otherwise, I plan on seeing you at Bowman Park in downtown Wisconsin Dells for the meetup between 2 and 4 on Saturday, September 13th. And those wristbands can get you a free drink when you buy a sandwich at Tommy Salami's. Do it. Their food is awesome. That's all I've got for you. A lot more videos on travel, attractions, reviews, and of course more Wisconsin Dells, and some Halloween fun. It's all coming up for you here on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a like, share the video, call up all your friends, tell them about this channel. Fine, I'll stop right there. You'll see me on the next one.
Subscribe to Maverick Hayes.